Hey, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com coming to you with another uncensored video. I would put this video on my normal channel, except I'm short on time. I don't feel like really putting on makeup. Well, not right now. I'm actually about to have to go put on makeup to go out. But anyways, that's enough explaining that. I also feel like I've probably said this similar thing on my main channel a few times, and when I say it again, I want to make sure that it's really clear and concise. Whereas on this channel, I just kind of talk. Don't worry about editing or how I look or exactly what I say. So, with no further ado, I felt inspired to record this video because I think it's important to be reminded that when you work really hard and you're really passionate and you're doing what you love, good things will happen eventually. My dog is eating her food very loudly nearby, so if you can hear that, that is why. A week or well, every once in a while, I should say. I can't remember the last time I felt this, but recently I felt that a yearning for somebody in my life to remind me that everything's going to be okay. And personally, watching a video about it, I don't know if necessarily that would make me feel good, but then again, if you don't have anyone in your life that's cheering you on, rooting you on, and telling you that you can do something, then YouTube is the next best thing, right? And perhaps that's why you watch my videos. So I want to serve that for you. It's really interesting. One day I'll do a full video on my journey to where I am now in terms of my career. But it's had a lot of ups and downs. And mostly the downs haven't been too bad, but there's been a lot of moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, how am I going to make money? How am I going to pay rent? How am I going to continue doing what I love? It's almost a daily question of just wondering if what I'm doing is going to work. And there are plenty of moments where I just feel like I don't know when it's going to work. I don't ever lose hope, I should say, that it's going to work, because I just believe in what I'm doing. I believe in myself as a journalist, as a whatever you want to call me. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in the messages that I have to give across, and I believe in the mediums and my skills. And yeah, anyways, I really believe in it. I just don't know when things are going to go, and I guess nobody knows like how long any success is going to last, what it's going to be, as it changes. Like everything is just always changing and evolving, and it can feel scary. And I think that's why a lot of people don't pursue this type of work or something like this. For my main income is freelancing, so I really never quite know where I'm going to be getting my next check from. And for a lot of people, that's really terrifying. It was terrifying for me. I used to work full time ever since college. Between college and like 2 years ago or so, I worked full time, and I generated a good amount of money, and I would move up and make more and more through each position and have insurance, and I had savings, and I didn't have any debt. And then the second I decided to pursue the Eco Vegan Gal mission full time, I had a ton of debt. I was living off of credit cards, and now I'm paying them off, and don't know what I'm going to be doing or even where I'm going to be living next. I've chosen to put myself in these positions. And it is a little nerve-wracking at times, but at the same time there's a lot of exhilaration that comes from that. And there's a massive satisfaction knowing that I'm doing this because I love it. I'm doing this because I want to. I choose to. I'm doing this because this is how I want to feel fulfilled. It's not fulfilling to me to work 40 hours a week, sitting at a desk, plugging away, doing stuff for other people. Even when it's a job that I enjoy. I've done a lot of different jobs here and there, and I've worked for some amazing people, amazing companies. But man, I would dread going to work every single day. dread it. I would dread having to wake up and go to bed at these times. I felt like I was just under control and I wasn't living my life. I wasn't doing what I wanted. And we've come to accept that in our society as just part of life. Most people just assume that's what you're going to do. You grow up going to school and having a rigid structure. So that's what you do in your adult life for most people. But then there's people like me who aren't interested in that. And we know that there's another alternative. And you give up some safety, but you also gain a lot of freedom and a lot of passion, and you learn a lot about yourself in the process. I think that there's also a lot to be said is that I have so much more control. So I have a lot more control over my health and my happiness, because there's so much unhappiness happening for people that work long hours, that they're just, they're probably not eating right, they're not getting enough exercise, they're not spending enough time with their family and friends, their quality of life is going down, and they're doing that in return for a paycheck that might not even grant them enough money to do what they really love, eat the best food, live in the best neighborhood, go on the best vacations. And so a lot of people just kind of live their lives getting by, and I certainly don't want that myself. There's nothing wrong with that necessarily if that's what you want, but if you don't want that, it's time to question it. And the inspiration for this video was today I had a really great day. In fact, I've had a succession of good days lately, and I'm not saying that to brag, I'm just saying that to be living evidence that when you work hard doing what you love, it will pay off. It will. And you might not have any idea how it's going to work, but if you can see value in what you're doing, and if you think that other people will find value in what you're doing, or you have evidence in that, then it'll work out. And what I've done is I've taken my passions and turned them into skills. I figured out a way to, for lack of a better word, market them in a way that I think is profitable and interesting to other people, so that therefore there's an exchange. People basically, if you think about it, making money is all a matter of doing an exchange with somebody else who wants what you have. They either want a product, they want a service, they want you to do something for them. It's just basically an exchange. So if you have a passion, you just have to find a way to exchange that with somebody else. You don't even have to get a monetary exchange. You could be exchanging for a living situation. You could be exchanging for food. You could be exchanging for something other that is going to help you get by in your life. And I just really want to perpetuate that message that it's certainly possible, and it's worth pushing through that scary territory, because I think one of the main reasons is that you've earned it, right? Because a lot of people give up way too soon. In fact, there's a lot of different quotes and anecdotes on this, but one of them, I don't know the exact quote, was a lot of people give up right before their, of course I'm messing this up, they give up right before their big break. It's like auditioning for something. If you're an actor, if you go to 100 auditions, you might not get a single one, but maybe your 101 audition will turn out to be your big break, and you're just not gonna know unless you keep trying and trying and trying. And of course, there are reasons why people give up on things, logistically, but on the other side, on the flip side of it, you have to make things work. And if you really want something, you're going to find a way to make it work in your life no matter what. You're going to find a way to pay bills. You're going to find a way to do anything. It's just through your passion. So that's why people always say live your passion, and this video is just living evidence that works out. Did I get my big break today? No. But I got some amazing leads towards things that are going to help me out and help me move forward. Maybe just another month, maybe just another few months, maybe just another year. But one thing always leads to another, and that's the other cool thing, is the more work you do, the more people you meet. It's just this domino effect, and it just keeps rolling and rolling and rolling. And it's really exciting when that starts to happen. And I know that can happen for each of you. You just have to decide what your passion is, and you have to go for it. I get a lot of questions. I have this form, which will probably be linked down below. I think I put this in my uncensored videos, where you can fill out and ask me questions. And I read through them all. I rarely have time to answer them, although that's something I'm working towards. And I was going through a lot of them last night, and there was a lot of questions from people just looking for inspiration or looking for support and expressing the fact that they don't have a lot of people in their lives that offer support. And I think that's really the big reason why people watch my channel, why, again, you might be watching right now. Another common comment I get is that people thanking me for inspiring them. And it's really an honor to be able to inspire anyone. It really is. And in my perspective, being inspired should always lead to you inspiring someone else. So if you feel inspired by this, share it with somebody else and inspire them. It's contagious. It just keeps moving, and that's really how my whole journalism career has gone. Is I've just been dedicated to inspiring and educating people, and it's worked because I just kept going and going and going, and more people started paying attention, and it was constant validation that what I had to say mattered. But it was also because one person got inspired by me, and so they told somebody else, and then they started following me, and then that person had more validity, and maybe they started a blog, they started a YouTube channel, they joined Twitter, and on and on and on, and suddenly we're all inspiring each other. It's amazing, and I feel thankful for all the people that have inspired me and led me to this point. So let it be contagious. Do what you love. Inspire people. Live with passion. Know that you can always change. Nothing is ever permanent. The only constant is change, right? And you always have the ability to take control of your life. And amazing things can and will happen to you if you're dedicated to it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. This is probably the most uplifting video I've done on this channel yet, would be my guess. I tend to feel like this is a more venting channel, and this time it was a really good positive vent. And a little bit shorter than some of my videos. Well, stay tuned. Thank you, as always, for watching. I look forward to your comments. As you noticed, I started opening up the comment section more. Started to feel a little bit more confident and comfortable with that. So I always appreciate your feedbacks, and I would love to hear about your successes and what you're working towards, and if you're inspired and why, and who's inspired you. I would love to hear, just anything along those lines. I love hearing all of your personal stories. Okay, until next time, bye.